What's up, everyone? It's me, Adam Prime, and we are back with the next movie in the Blazing Toku Moviethon, and we are ramping up.
Sponsored by Toku Podcast.
Yes. And what a movie are we watching this week?
Zenith? Is that how it's pronounced?
Zearth?
Zearth? Zearth?
I'm very
This
confused.
guy.
This guy.
This
guy.
Not this guy.
It was a movie released in 1996, so before either of us were born.
Yep.
And this was for Ultraman's 30th anniversary. It was part of the Ultra Wonderful World or something like that. So
Sure.
yeah, it was a 30th anniversary thing.
Nice.
This
I didn't
movie
know
is
that.
20 plus years old.
You know what? That makes a lot more sense now that you've told me. Like, thinking back on it.
We didn't have a whole lot to say for the last movie, and we're probably not going to have a whole lot to say for this movie.
This one was a little weird, but it was fun.
Yeah, last time it was just like, oh, okay, this felt like a coming of age. This just felt like, what if Ultraman, but dialed up to the goof factor of 11?
Oh yeah, like the Goofy is just off the charts.
Like, we don't even see how Zenith gets to Earth, or Z-Earth. We don't know how he gets there, or why he's with,
or if he's a different personality than the guy.
Misato, I want to say his name was?
No clue. I imagine not. I imagine it's just him somehow, probably. But, you can definitely tell this is making fun of, like, specifically Showa.
Well, like, that's what it would have been out at the time.
Yeah,
the Heisei era didn't happen yet.
Exactly, that's why I'm saying, like, oh, you saying that makes so much more sense, because I was like, why are they specifically making fun of that? And it's like, oh, because that's what they were doing.
Is that weird to think Tiga didn't happen yet?
Yeah, like, do you want to just, like, jump right into, like, stuff that we remember, or?
Before we do, I want to say, like, he is not a common Ultra to get a lot of stuff. So, like, this vinyl, he's in this book right here, but he's, like, one square of a page right here. But you want to know who's an Ultra that Z-Earth is actually often paired with? My favorite, Ultraman Nice.
I guess that would make sense.
Like, they're weirdly like a comedy duo on stage shows, apparently.
I love that.
Which
That's
makes
so
sense
cute.
Because he was the infomercial. Which,
yeah.
By the way, you're probably saying, excuse me, you said hour-long movies? This is a 51-minute... I break the rules when I want to.
It's my show,
enough.
I can do what I want.
It's close enough. 9 minutes. It's not like a Sentai movie where it's like 30 minutes. This one gets a pass. And it was actually kind of fun.
Yeah, again, like, the comedy is dialed up. It wasn't, like... It wasn't, like, so prominent that it's like, oh, this is a comedy act, but, like, you can definitely tell that there were, like, way more jokes than usual.
The villain was the most villain ever.
Yeah, like he might as well have been twiddling a mustache. Like,
he literally did not hide the fact of what he was doing. He literally would just walk up to Zenith and just go, like... all up into his face.
Evil! Like, pretty much.
Black top fingers.
And, like, I think one of the favorite things that I remember from this was the fact that they made fun of, like, what their cars looked like in those shows. Like, if you look back at, like, Taro...
Yeah, the Skyfish.
Fucking, like, them, like, they have the Skyfish, and it's like this...
Sky Whale in Taro.
Yeah, they had, in this, they had, like, a big yellow thing... Called the Skyfish. And they were probably making fun of the Sky Whale from Taro because it just... It looked ridiculous, and they made fun of them. They literally made fun of them, just being like, wow, it's so tacky. Look at all those obnoxious colors.
Also, they work at a gas station?
Yeah, apparently.
I don't know why they work in a gas station, but they do.
And Zenith's whole thing is that he hates getting dirty. Yeah, to the point where I'm just like, dude, you got, like, OCD, OCPD? Like, it was, like, compulsive, and I was like,
like, I just gotta make sure everything's clean. Like, the first
like, he got something on his hand, and he's just like, ah! And he's just, like, furiously washing his hands in, like, a waterfall.
Him as Zenith, just being like, oh my god, there's a riverbed!
Oh my god, and the villain finding out who or not nice.
Z-Earth.
Not nice, but, who Zearth was. Oh my god. Zerg. Oh. Destroy Boss Lightyear.
Oh my god.
Destroy Zenith. But, the way that he found out was because you saw the Ultraman, like fall and, like, land in, like, mud. It didn't look like mud, but he fell in mud, and he, like, washed his hands in a waterfall with his hands, like, sticking out, like, I don't want to touch anything. And then he, like, went, like, smeared his hand with like gross oil as a person. He went and like washed his hands the same way, and they're like, "It's a match." And it was so fucking ridiculous and so funny.
Like
And then later, like, he just goes in and just like smears it all over his fucking face. I'm just like, that is like the most cruel thing
yeah, it was
you
just
could
disgusting.
do to anyone that isn't
And,
bothered by
then
it.
you had the girl with flute who's just like, I believe in you. That's her
Can you
whole
be more
character.
manly so I can be more attracted to you? Like,
Yeah,
the whole thing was
work
just
at the local gas station.
yeah.
I don't know why it's a gas station. Like, and by the way, the captain is like dialed up to 11, talking to a computer.
He always looks like he's either just absolutely shitting himself afraid, or he's just like, yeah. And I feel like he's always supposed to be like enthusiastic and ready for it, but it comes off as just like a toddler pouting sometimes, even though I don't think that's what they meant.
Funny. Like,
it's really funny.
Such caricatures of like what. Like, I don't think if this movie was a full series, I don't know if it would be as fun. But knowing that it's just there to poke fun at it is kind of fun.
It was really fun. You could tell that they were like lovingly making fun of it.
Exactly. And by the way, you can get a 2-pack of a double feature of Zenith 1 and 2. I don't know if we're getting to Zenith 2 this year. We might. I'm not sure.
We'll see. No promises.
I'm not sure yet, but obviously you can get it on DVD right here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of sweet that we just have them both.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how...
So yeah, go ahead and grab yourself one if you want to see him drown in oil.
Oh yeah, he just drowns in oil. And they're just like, because the monster had to kidnap children because...
Emphasis on Taro, am I right, guys?
Oh my god.
He's a fun guy, but...
But, yeah, he just goes into it, by the way. He's just like, wow!
Oh god, and the main villain... like monster form is a nightmare.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's like a cat
or something was his name.
It's like a Cabbage Patch if it got zombified and then had like a Spirit Halloween Xenomorph Queen head on top of it.
Like, not even Xenomorph. It's just like, it would be labeled Alien Queen.
Yeah. Or
like,
something. Like, that's why I said Spirit Halloween, obviously.
Well, yeah.
If I just say Alien head, like, they might think Gray Alien. For all I know.
He's a little bit gray alien, though.
A little gray alien-esque, I will say that. But yeah, he likes to eat gold. He was stealing everyone's gold. He's coming for your gold. Buy gold, buy gold, you know.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, like, they had this monster that was sucking out all the gold, and then there was a plot point where they were like, if Zenith shoots his beam at him, which was called the...
It'll destroy everything!
It was called the Spacetium Sulu. And, by the way, I love that we saw him practicing his beam. I thought that was adorable.
Yeah, you saw, and like, there's such a nice little touch of like when he did it, like you briefly saw him like in his Ultra form in the mirror.
Well, it wasn't even, it was Ultraman.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
Ultraman.
With the soda machine, and then eventually he just kept getting all the sodas from the soda machine.
Yeah, even he was just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, it's just, he got bored.
I forgot what you were doing, man.
I think they just kind of found a joke they thought was funny and were like, oh yeah, we forgot he has to like go and do stuff.
But yeah, no, it was a ton of fun. It was nothing. Fun. It's like last time, nothing mind-boggling, but I think this one's a lot more fun and a lot more.
Yeah, I feel like
weird to watch because if you don't know, you're just like, what the fuck are you trying to do? Why is this villain just such the? I'm saying evil things. I like evil doing. I like murder.
I feel like if you like older Showa Ultraman, you would really get a kick out of this. Of like it, because I feel like it's poking fun at it in like all the right ways. You know, just like you can tell that they love it. You can tell that they care about it. And it's not like in any malicious way. It's just kind of having fun with the tropes that they've created at that point. And it was really fun. It was really cute. And if you're not super familiar with like Showa, then maybe this could be a cool way to like get acquainted with it and see if it's kind of like your style, your humor. Just imagine it with lesser HD quality, I guess.
Also, he transforms with a toothbrush.
He has
to be clean to transform.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. He has to be like 100% clean to be able to transform, and the last thing he does is like brush his teeth all the time, so he just transforms with a little toothbrush. We had a really fun.
See Ultraman's actor.
That's exactly what I was gonna mention. Yeah.
He was like a security guard, and you see him
like pull out a flashlight, do a pose, and
then
look at it. He's like,
I get it.
He runs away screaming.
And we saw another Ultraman actor, another SSSP person. I forget what his name is. I know he was like the big comedic guy. Oh, I wish I could remember his name. Ida, I want to say his name was.
Probably.
I can't remember.
Ida, Yuta, Theta, who knows?
Either way, I think Zenith is definitely just one of those another
stupid
fun
fucking
ultra
joke.
romp. What?
I said that was a stupid joke. Even I was like, damn.
We just gotta move on. We just gotta keep the show moving. Oh no! And I don't know. What do you think about this? Comparing it to what we've watched.
I don't know. Like, again, Cosmos I can recommend just kind of as a general, just because it was just good vibes all around. Especially if you really like those like 80s coming of age stories, because it's essentially that, but in Japan with Ultraman. And this one was just kind of like, again, I can't even necessarily be like, oh, it's like a stand-up, or like, oh, it's so funny. Even if you don't like Ultraman, at least it'll get a laugh out of you, because it's cute and it's charming and it's funny, but it's not necessarily at that level of comedy to where I could recommend it like that. I feel like this is just kind of like,
Open up an Ultraman Disney World.
that's fair. Like, I don't know like how it's like, oh, so is Ultraman a show in this? Are you just celebrating your Ultraman? Are they real? They had toys. I saw a kid with a shirt.
Gold Ultraman statue.
They had a solid gold Ultraman statue, and then it just got sucked into the earth like by this monster.
That was the first 10 minutes after a fucking pirate ship.
You just see it. You just see like that one person in the background, like, God has forsaken us, like, because he's getting rid of a golden idol.
Just like, oh God!
Because they're all singing about Ultraman.
Well, you have to throw it into Mount Doom.
That's fair. You know, it's funny, like, can you imagine, like, if an alien were to discover this movie? Like, an actual alien, just be like, so the humans, so if we go there, they'll make a gold statue of us and sing songs about us and worship us. That's what I'm getting, right?
We will no less slaughter.
And then they just come here just like, I am here, and we're just like, oh no, and we blow them up probably.
Yeah.
They're Boltons.
Oh God, we're season 1 Boltons.
I don't know, like, what would you consider, like, you know, recommendation wise? Like, who would you pitch this movie to?
If you're an Ultraman fan, you have to do yourself the service to watch this movie.
It's a little piece of history. It's, like, nice. It's just one of those, like, little fun things that they did.
I do really like Zenith's suit, though. I love
it.
His
is a very
design.
nice suit. I really do like his head design, too.
He is that more carefree and fun Ultras, where it's like, he's not serious, he's not doing anything. He still fights monsters and does all of that, but he's not Geed. He's not Zet. He's not one of those.
It also reminds me of, like, really early on, like, Rube.
A little bit.
Just like, because they were just so carefree, just being like, hey, look, I can use this car like a toy. And he's sitting there just like, oh no, I'm dirty, I gotta wash my hands in a waterfall, you know, like, or a little spring or whatever the heck that was. You know, it's like, just like little, like, playing with the fact that they're giant and then doing a normal human thing as giants. It's just, I always love that in Ultra.
But overall, I can recommend it. Again, if you're an Ultraman fan, do yourself a chance and do that one.
Do that one.
Watch it. Definitely, we will get around to the sequel at some point.
At some point.
We
don't know if it'll be like this summer, but we'll get to it at some point.
I liked it, though.
It was fun, yeah. I don't, like, regret watching it or anything. I don't think it was, like, a waste of time or anything. It's, like, again, it's a little under an hour.
Where I'm like, I fucking hate it. Why did I watch it?
Yeah, and it's, like, it's a little under an hour long, so it's not like Lord of the Rings if you don't like Lord of the Rings and you're sitting there for hours just wanting to die or anything. Like, even if you don't like it, it's like, well, I mean, I guess I can still go do stuff today. Like,
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I can give it a recommendation, especially if, you know, you're a fan of, like, those older Ultras, especially, I guess.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's it.
I guess so.
Well, I guess we should ask Bellerock for our next movie.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah. Bellerock, what's next movie?
Coming soon. Next week's movie is Ultraman the Next.